when did you have your first run-ins with the game? What was that experience?
I mean, it was always around me. I grew up in Dago.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, every one of my friends was a pimp, a hoe, a stripper, a drug dealer, something, you know? So I've always been around the game. But when I actually did it, like, went and started selling twat.
Like, yeah, you just started
I was 27.
selling twat.
Yeah, I was 27. I was working for a major cell phone company. I was with them for 5 years. I had sales training, and I was just like, yo, if I have to wake up one more day and come here, I'm gonna go crazy. I had a panic attack at work. I'm like 27 years old having a panic attack. And I'm like, I know there's a better way. And I'm like, I can go get way more money and way less stressed the fuck out. And I just like, I mean, you know, the person I was dealing with at the time, like, he was on then. He was doing his shit. So
you pointed at me like it was
you
me.
know,
I don't
you know
know.
him is what I'm saying.
For a disclaimer, no, okay,
Disclaimer,
that's cool.
He knows
But
who I was with from the
it's
beginning.
not, yeah, but it wasn't me because you tried to like, you know.
I said, no, you know who I was with.
He was this, he was
no,
known.
it was not Sharp, but
Okay.
it was not him. But
Continue.
I mean, we have similar friends in the game. So like, and at the time, it's just like, I just walked up to him, I was like, yo, I need you to make me the baddest bitch in the game. Like, what's your game plan? He gave me a game plan. It got interrupted, obviously, but I just kept on going with the game plan, whether he was there or not.
Well, under the circumstances or whatever they may have been, why didn't you stay?
With him?
Yeah.
I did stay with him. I stayed with him for 5 years. I actually went through, like, he had a 7-year bid. At the end of it, you know, it's hard to say. Let me just keep it 100.
You better tell this shit for what it is. Why didn't you stay down through the 7-year bid?
Okay, you're right. I didn't go through the whole 7 years because it got to a point where I felt like no matter how much I had sacrificed, it was never going to be enough for me to be a priority. I was taking care of everything. And at the end of the day, like, when you've been incarcerated, you're dealing with other people who are incarcerated as well. So you're just like, you're hearing like nothing but negative, incarcerated-minded people when you're in there. I mean, don't get twisted. They got game. They know what the fuck they're talking about. But, you know, they start putting doubts in their head. Oh, I heard this through this bitch, and you were doing this. And I'm like, bruh, it's just like, it was never enough. I was never going to get 100% trust, and I was never going to be 100% priority. And I needed to make myself priority at that point. I was 32 years old. Like, I can't keep living for somebody else. Like, no matter what. And he understood it. He got it. Like, it wasn't no bad terms. We're still friends now. Yeah. We're good. And I still looked out when he got out. I still made sure, like, you know, we had a good little party for him. His mom was good. I was still friends with his mom to this day. Like, but, you know, I needed to deal with somebody who could be on the outside and elevate me. So I did start dealing with somebody else after that. And he took me to the next level. And then once I got what I got it out of that, then I started doing my own shit.
You felt like you wanted to be, what if, and this is just my outlook to it, you know, and I'm gonna act like I don't know anything to it. I'm oblivious. I'm just outside looking in. It just seemed like you wanted instant gratification now. Like you wanted to feel like you wanted to be the top bitch.
No, I wanted.
It sounded like to me you wanted to be the top bitch.
I was already the top bitch.
And once then you shouldn't have had no motherfucking problem. You should have been able to weather the storm.
Yeah, you're right. But it got to a point where it was my priority now. I just got to a point where, like, I felt like we got the best out of each other. And it was like, okay, cool. You got the best of me. I got the best of you.
How? You didn't even get to see him no more for a while.
No, we was cool.
But actually have that interaction.
He knew he couldn't do much more for me in there. And if he was out, I probably wouldn't have, like, left. I was cool. But it just got to a point where it's just like, he couldn't get me to the next level and I couldn't get him to the next level because he was where he was at and I was where I was at. And so we shook hands and we walked away. I like mad love for him. Like, you know what I mean? I needed someone that was out here that could push me to the next level. Yeah. And he couldn't do it from there. They're listening to everything they still do. He had 10 years after. He's still on probation. Like, you can't move the way I need to move right now. Even when he got out.
That's fucked up though.
But he knew it, and I knew it.
No, cool. But I'm saying, like, let it be either just bygones be bygones, or you really feel some type of fucking way about it. Like, you just couldn't do for me what I need you to do for me.
It was both. It was a little both.
It sounds like to me he was limited.
He was, but he was taken care of.
Force limited.
He was force limited.
You know what I'm saying? He was forced to be limited.
But
in
luckily,
the whole situation.
I chose the right person to understand that he knew who I was and I knew who he was, and we wasn't gonna be mad at each other for that. Because we knew what we signed up for. You know what I mean? Like, it was never like, oh my God, I'm still in love and we're gonna just stay together forever. We understood that we had a mission and a goal in hand, and that goal could not be completed in that situation. And if we were ever gonna live beyond that point, and he was not gonna change. Like, he knew.
That's the shit I'm talking about right there. It keeps leaking out.
I can't. You know why? Because I didn't want to stay in the game. I knew that I wanted to get to the next
There's
level.
the truth. No, you didn't want to stay in the game. Or you didn't want to get to the, I'm just confused.
I knew that my next level was not going to be just stuck in the game, right? It was not going to be up underneath somebody. In order for me to get to start doing broadcasts and go mainstream and do all that stuff, I couldn't be, I'm not going to lie, I couldn't be tied to a pimp who was stuck in jail. Because if I did, I would not have been able to open the same doors. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, and he already knows, as soon as he get off probation, he's like, oh, I can't wait to come on your show. Yeah. Like, we're just, you know, like, there's no hate between either one of us. We understood that it was next time. But that's the difference between falling in love with your pimp and fucking with somebody for a mission. Yeah. We understood there was a goal. We had a common goal. And it wasn't about like, how hard can you be here forever? It was about the goal.
If you haven't heard already, it's smooth sack summer. When you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you're scaped from your pubes to your bum. That's right. This summer, to keep your balls cool while you still look hot, with Manscaped, the leader in below-the-waist grooming is making sure we all have a ball this summer by giving our pants partners everything they need to stay fresh. Dive headfirst into the smooth sack summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off free shipping with our code SHARPTANK. That's 20% off free shipping with the code SHARPTANK. Let's have a motherfucking ball this summer, fellas. You love something about him. You have to.
I still love the fuck out of him.
Exactly.
Like,
so love will play a big determining factor. Not saying in love, but just love.
Yeah,
you know, love is strong.
I texted him before I came on the show.
Love is strong. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
but I don't have to be in your face for me to love you.
Very true. But he shouldn't have to be in your face for you to take care of business neither and stay on the mission. If you're down, you're down.
I think we were in a very serious indictment and it was not a joke. And we both had to separate ourselves for either one of us to win. Because they were going to keep trying to pull us back down. At one point, they tried to indict me for so he went to jail for RICO conspiracy. And they were trying to make my prostitution money, trying to say that was organizing the organization. Like, I was paying, like, my money was funneling this organization of pimps. Like, it was crazy. You didn't, like...
I heard about it. And like I said, I thought that shit sounded It's very outlandish.
It's basically what they did was they took away 3 strikes law, and the government ain't shit, and Kamala was part of it.
Yeah, let's keep the politics.
Keep it out of it?
No, the only reason I say that because, you know, everybody's going to have their opinions. Their opinions.
So basically,
I just want to stay on course.
Yeah, what it was though, they took the 3 strikes away and they have to figure out a way sometimes to like keep people down. So they add conspiracy on it. There's no statute of limitation. They could do whatever they want. It's a federal case and they were just trying to like, they try to make me testify against them and everything. And it's just like, we got to the point where it's like, yo, it's just, you know, I love you, but we gotta walk away. Like, it just,
for sure, respect.
It was mad respect.
Respect.
Even the second dude I dealt with was mad respect.
So you didn't want to be away. It forced you away. So you still wanted to be there.
I fucked with him tough. Like, if the situation would have been different, I was happy. I was cool. We were good. I was making hella bread. I was getting game. We had mad respect for each other.
Okay, so it was nothing personal.
No.
It's where I'm like to where you felt the personal. Because earlier I felt like I was hearing a little bit of that.
It was a little personal. I'm still a woman. I'm still a woman. Granted. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still gonna have feelings. It's like, come on, bro. How much of this do I have to do for you to realize that I still fuck with you and I can get shit done? But cool. Listen, if it's not gonna be that, then I gotta go do me and take care of what I need to take care of.
This is where I'm trying to figure out the
It's a little bit of both. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, because you're like, you know, oh, well, I felt a certain type of way about it because I felt like he wasn't, I couldn't elevate no longer with him.
And I can't elevate with you or myself because I'm gonna be stuck here and I'm not a benefit to you or me at this point. Yeah. Because I was still running fucking Backpage ads back then. Yeah. Like, I need something else.
Then you say, well, you know, it's what, you know, is the shit that, you know, kind of, it forced us away from each other. So I just didn't know.
We could have figured out. I feel like we could have figured it out. Because it sounded
like you would have stayed down if you would have got what you wanted.
I would have stayed down.
You would have stayed through it all.
Probably, yeah.
You felt like there was a gap that was missing that you were not receiving.
Yeah.
that made you walk. So I don't want you to ever try to base that. So tell that story, because I don't want you to ever base it on, oh, well, it was because, you know, he went to jail and shit got fucked up and they were looking at us and they were looking at this.
It was a lot.
And it forced us away, you know?
I can't just say it was one thing. It wasn't just that or just that. It was a collective whole of everything. It's not just black and white.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. Appreciate y'all.